are you good people doing today? I am Ty Smith. You're watching my channel, Modern Renaissance Man. I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to view my content. If you do enjoy my content, make sure you do me a favor and follow me on all the platforms you see above and the ones below. And also clicking this like button right here is how my content can get pushed out there in the YouTube world, and also it can consistently be recommended to you, the American people. Last but not least, double check to make sure that you still are subscribed to the channel. All right, folks, I'm not gonna hold y'all long on this because I know a lot of y'all want to see the actual video and the footage of things that were transpiring post-debate with President Trump versus the two anchors, or the two moderators, they want to call them, at ABC Network, along with Kamala Harris, and also address some of the lies that were told in there. And it's amazing that people think that everything that the woman said out of her mouth was true. And let's keep it real. Everything Trump said out of his mouth was not true. You know, the people eating dogs and cats, that part turned out to be half true, because I can't confirm the dogs, but I definitely can confirm the cats, whatever, okay? But anyway, some interview that's going to be coming out tomorrow with President Trump being on Fox News, addressing a lot of these things. And here is just a snippet of what they're going to be talking about.
We will dip back in as soon as the president begins speaking again. President Biden surprised everyone when he briefly wore a MAGA hat at a 9/11 event in Shanksville, Pennsylvania this week. Even though he has called the movement extreme and a threat to democracy over and over, former President Trump had a little something to say about that in part 2 of our exclusive interview. Watch.
It's interesting, Mr. President, because we were talking about this, and I've never seen anything like it. You went to Shanksville on 9/11, right, and you went into the firehouse. Actually, you didn't, because Joe Biden and Kamala Harris entered first, right, and it was crickets. I mean, literally, Joe Biden had to kind of wave to tell people he was there. They were continuing their conversations. You walk in a few moments later, and the place erupts. And I'm wondering, one, how you feel, and two, what do you attribute that to?
So I've just had a great relationship with Pennsylvania, with those people, and they asked me if I could come. I didn't know that Biden was going to be there. He was there earlier, actually more prime time in a sense, right? Because I got there later. I went to the World Trade Center, and then I went to Shanksville, and we stopped at the firehouse, but he was there a couple of hours earlier. And I saw it on your show, actually. Nobody said anything, except they demanded he put on a Trump cap. You have to put on the Make America Again, Great Again hat, right? And he did. I mean, he did. He didn't the first time. It was very interesting. They said, put on the hat. And he said, I can't do that. He said, put on the hat. And he put it on. I said, that's not very nice when you think about it. But then I came in, the place went crazy. Yeah, it was a very nice feeling.
Really amazing. When Kamala Harris says things like, you know, former President Trump disparages people in the military, and you
made
point
it
out
up. It's
that,
a lie.
Yeah, and you point out that you met with the Gold Star families from Afghanistan, and you meet with the people, the people whose families are hurt and killed by these illegal immigrants.
They're liars. You know, when she went over those points, all of those points, like the bloodshed, that was referring to the car industry is going to, you know, it's a bloodbath, I guess is the word. That was a term I used for the car industry, because the United Auto Workers has done a great disservice to their members. I'm going to bring the car industry back into this country. They're going to lose the car industry. It's all going to be gone to China and other countries. And I called it a bloodbath. They made it sound like it's in the middle of the streets and it has nothing to do with cars. I was talking about the car industry, and so many other things. Every one of them should have been questioned by David Muir, who I've lost a lot of respect for. Everyone's lost respect for him because it was such a one-sided. It was 1 against 3. And I had a great debate because my poll numbers are all up very substantially after the debate. The people saw, but...
Would you like to ask me questions and then let me answer them, or would you like to debate me on these topics? I noticed that when you had Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, you gave them multiple choice answers to the questions that you asked, and you allowed them to answer the questions. I'm happy to be here to talk about policy, but if you're going to interrupt me every single time that I open my mouth, then why am I even doing this? So please ask a question, and I'd ask you to be polite enough to let me answer it.
Yes. But look, these are lying people. I watched her as she said she worked in McDonald's on the way up. Her parents had money. She worked at McDonald's on the way up. And then it was found out she never worked at McDonald's. It was a total lie. That's a big lie. To me, that's a big lie. You know, for a big for a chunk of her life, she had to work at McDonald's over the French fries with the grease and all the fire and flame. I know people that have had that job, and they say it was not a pleasant job, all right? But she said she worked at McDonald's. And unless she can prove differently, which she can't.
We said the same thing. We did it on our show, and we said, listen, if there's anybody, if we're wrong on this and you can prove it, let us know. But the word is now that there's no evidence that she worked at McDonald's, so just give us the evidence, and we still have not heard. You talked about the polls, and I want to make sure I get this right. ABC's TikTok account, the closing statement that you gave, that Kamala Harris gave, as of this morning, minutes ago we looked, she got 222,000 likes and 4.4 million views. You got 1.6 million likes and 23.6 million views. It's significant because these are young people on TikTok.
That's very nice. Thank you. I didn't know that, but I always liked his show. That's why I like it, because he tells the facts. That's very nice, Trace. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And we were going to bring you a common sense mug because I know common sense is part of your thing.
It's common sense. You send me one, okay? I want one of those.
We, of course, will have the rest of our interview with the former president on Monday night. He was very gracious to me and our team.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.
Yeah. I worked at McDonald's, and I know what it's like to... Yeah, even though my dad was a professor. Come on, y'all. Come on now. We all knew that was a lie. We knew, she still has not yet to be able to address how she's going to fix the economy. And then, you know what got me is that some of the words that they use in here, like when she lied and made this comment about President Trump, when she said, President Trump is going to reignite inflation. What do you mean reignite? It's ignited. How do you reignite something that's already ignited? Like, how do you do that anyway? Then also, this is what I was saying to you guys, like, man, I wish there can be certain individuals that were, it would be cool if they just wanted to ask individuals like myself and other people of the public, you, whoever, what are some of the things we think can give Trump a little bit more firepower when he go in there? Y'all see the takedown that J.D. Vance did? I love that. That's one of the things that I wish a lot of people would do to these news anchors or these journalists who ask a question, but then they go on to debate the person. No, ask whether you agree with it or not. When I interview people, I've interviewed people I don't even agree with on a lot of things. But when they say something I don't agree with, my job is not there to argue them right there on the spot. Now, maybe a thing to where later on, I know let's say, for example, let me give you all an example. Say if I did an interview with anybody. I'm not going to sit there and debate them on the spot. Now, when I do the interview and I post it online, I might say, now, as you guys saw right there, she said X, Y, and Z. The truth is, and I'll show y'all, X, Y, and Z did not happen, and this is why. But to be right there on the spot, like, no, it didn't. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. No. Yeah, so I'm saying I wish a lot of them would do it that way. After you're going to edit the stuff anyway. How about after you interview somebody, you go and try to find your means of debunking them and show it to the rest of the world if there's nothing to hide, right? Yeah, like show us that you worked at McDonald's. And like Trump said at the end, how come you can't do something about it right now? He had 3.5 years to do it, and now you're going to do it. Anyway, folks, let me know what y'all think of this by putting it in the comments below after this video. And don't forget to do this right here. I already know I said comment, but do both of those things right there. Get into the cell phones. If there's anybody that would benefit from the channel, please let them know about the channel. I will see you all on the next one. I'm Ty Smith, modern Renaissance man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing, and most of all, I pray every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.